Life After Her podcast with yours truly, Nicole and Sweeney. I hope that all has been well with you since the last time you tuned in, and I hope that you are enjoying your summer. We are on episode number 33 entitled Journee's First Business Suit. In today's episode, we find out that Journee is on her way back to getting to herself. She's recovering from her breakup with Khase, and she is on this journey with trying to realign herself again. So, like Journee, I'm sure you have also experienced a breakup. And in today's episode, I want to share with you 3 ways to know if you're depressed from a breakup, as well as 3 solutions on how to heal from a breakup. And before I give you those 3 signs and solutions, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. This episode is not to pass judgment on you. This episode is not to shame you. And this episode is to not make you feel bad for the experience you may be having with a recent breakup. However, this podcast is specifically designed to bring awareness to some of the signs that may be causing you heartache and pain and depression, as well as give you solutions on how to solve this situation. It is my belief that God wants you to be healthy, whole, and happy, and He wants you to get back to you. So, in today's episode, I am going to give you tips on how to know you are depressed from a breakup, as well as solutions on how to become healthier. The first way to know that you may be depressed after a breakup is that your eating habit has changed. You're either eating less than usual or you're eating more than usual. Sometimes we do not realize the impact our breakup or a sad situation over a relationship has an impact on how we eat. Now, if you're eating less than usual, I want you to create and develop a routine or a time schedule on how often you eat. As you know, we are supposed to eat 3 times a day. Of course, we're supposed to drink water. So, with that in mind, I want you to create your own personal schedule of when you eat during the morning, the afternoon, as well as the evening. For example, if you want to eat breakfast at 7:30 in the morning, write that down. If you want to eat lunch at 12 noon, write that down. If you want to eat dinner at 6 p.m., write that down. Whatever time slot that looks like for you to eat your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, make sure you create that schedule and write it down. Not only should you write down a schedule, you should eat foods that you have a taste for and that you really, really enjoy. When I went through a breakup, my appetite changed as well. And I didn't want to feel like I was forcing myself to eat. And so instead, I would always just eat food that I knew that I loved and that I always enjoyed, no matter what mood I was in. So not only should you create a schedule for your eating habits, also choose foods that you know you will enjoy and that you know you will eat no matter what is going on for the day or what mood you may be in. And part 2 to this, if you are eating more than what you usually do eat on a typical basis, what I want you to do is try to incorporate other activities or body movement into your day. When you have an urge to eat something and you know you've already eaten, go for a walk or do something else that you know could help take away the urge of eating something. Yes, I know this is way easier said than done. However, get into the routine of doing this and do physical movement that you like. If it's dancing, dance. If it's writing something out, write something out. If it's leaving outside your house just to go for a walk, do those things. All right, sign number 2. If you feel like your mood or your energy has decreased, I want you to pick a hobby or some type of activity that boosts your energy. Here are some examples. You can go walking, you can write, you can join a Zumba class, you can take yoga classes, you can take swimming classes. You can also do swimming aerobics, which is basically exercises in the water. There are so many different activities that you can do with your body in terms of movement and exercise and doing something fun that you can learn something new about yourself just by participating in something new. So find an activity or something really, really fun to do that will elevate your mood and your attitude regarding the relationship breakup. And if none of those activities work, you can also volunteer with an organization whose mission you feel very, very strongly about, or you can spend time with children or elders. There are so many things that you can do. And sign number 3 that you may be depressed as a result of a breakup is that your mind is totally consumed with your ex, with the situation, as well as the things that you should have said when you were in a relationship. Those things sometimes has the opportunity or the capacity to consume your mind. And to be very honest with you, speaking from experience, it can be extremely overwhelming. However, you have the power to overcome those thoughts taking up space in your mind. Our minds are a very powerful thing. Our mind also has the ability to produce negative or positive things in our lives. And when we are just getting out of a breakup, we want to focus as much as our mind energy on positive thoughts. And the thoughts that we have can then determine the decisions that we are going to make. Sometimes we have to really envision ourselves after a breakup of where we want to be. If you want to be happy, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be whole, if you want your mind to focus on positive things, then we have to figure out what is it that we need to do in order to get to that place. So, in order to live a happy, healthy, and positive life, then that means we cannot dwell on negative thoughts, thoughts of the past, thoughts that we should have done something that we didn't, thoughts of shame, thoughts of guilt. We cannot focus on those thoughts. Although those thoughts may come, we have to do what we can to minimize those negative thoughts. And that's exactly what my therapist told me one day. I was coming to her, having a session with her, and I just was like, I don't know what to do. I just keep having these negative and intrusive thoughts. They can be overwhelming at times, and I just don't know what to do. And she encouraged me to think more positively, to figure out what it is that will keep my mind in a positive headspace and just stay there because the thoughts will come. We just have to do our best and due diligence to minimize those negative thoughts. And that brings us to the solution to that one is to talk to a therapist. Speaking to someone and getting out of your mind can be an empowering experience. Sometimes getting things off our chest and talking to someone is all that we need to do to get our mind in a better and positive headspace. So I want to encourage you, if you have not done so already, seek out a therapist and know you are not crazy just because you want to talk to someone about how you're feeling. And in today's episode, I just want to end with the steps that Journee took. She was going through a tumultuous breakup. And she ended the day just by thanking God for the day. She wrote out her prayer, admonishing and just admiring what God has been doing in her life. And she just ended on a positive note. So I want to encourage you to do the same thing. If you find yourself in a negative headspace or you're feeling feelings of depression as a breakup, do these signs and you will see the change in your mindset. And today's episode affirmation is every good thing will be yours. It belongs to you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not already done so, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube and my podcast channel and stay connected with the Life After Hurt podcast. Until then, remember that God is proud of you.